I'm your host, the Film Doctor. Alright, here we are. I'm so excited to be back here. We're going to talk about some movies. I'm kind of interested about this episode just because there are some films in here that you never heard of, never seen, and there's going to be a review that's going to be kind of interesting, that's different than some of my other reviews. So, let's jump right into the new releases of what's coming soon. Looking at this, I don't know if it's a movie or just like a TV show on Netflix. Not many movies are out with trailers for me to be able to review, but this one I was able to find. We'll call it a movie. It's a movie called Run. Now, I don't know anything about it. I saw the trailer. I didn't want to watch it to see if it's a Netflix thing because I want it to be a true and genuine reaction to this film. So, you know what? I won't even say anymore. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Will she be okay?
Oh, it's gonna be one of those movies.
You do everything for me. You teach me. You cook for me. Am I a burden?
Sweetheart,
I could do more.
I'm your mom. It's my job to take care of you when you need me. And you need me.
Are you okay, Mom?
Of course I'm okay. I have you.
Medication has messed with her head.
What's wrong?
Sweetheart? Get me out of here!
You need me.
I really need you to help me.
Chloe!
Good night, sweet tooth. You need me. You figured it out. You need me.
I'm actually excited to see this trailer in connection with the new release film that I'm going to do, okay? Because the new release film that I'm going to do is a horror. This obviously is a suspense horror. The thing that I want to say about this movie, Run. First of all, I can't think of the chick's name that's in there. I want to say she's from Saturday Night Live, but I could be wrong. Regardless, you don't see her in those kind of films. And so, to me, when I first saw it, I'm like, may not be good. Because we all look at the casting of certain movies to say, like, if they're going to be good. Even if it's with just the main actor or the main actor with the supporting character. And just with her, it's just like, a horror, a thriller, suspense. I think she's best known for comedy, but whatever. Looking at that trailer, man, here's the thing. Horror films aren't really big with me. They're not good. When I look at a horror movie, I haven't seen a really good horror movie in a long time, and I come across a lot of younger teenagers where they go and see, oh, Annabelle 12, this was so amazing, you gotta check it out. I'm like, come on now. Annabelle can't be all that good. It's not scary. Oh, it scared the shit out of me. No, it didn't, okay? That's because you're 10. That's the reason why it's scared. Horror movies aren't good nowadays. I haven't seen a good horror movie back since when I saw, like, Scream when I was a kid. But now I think about it, maybe when you're a kid, those kind of movies with jump scares and whatever else, those kind of get you. But maybe it's because I'm older, but horror movies, I can't really think of a really good horror movie more than, like, on two hands. There are some really good ones, like The Devil Inside was good. you know, The Conjuring was good for the first one, and they came out with more of them. Not to say that those were bad. Case 39, The Fourth Kind. To me, a lot of those, The Orphan, a lot of those movies are really, really scary. They got me. Even at my age, I'm jumping and shitting my pants. I'm not even gonna lie. But when I look at this trailer, because even the thing is that I was a trailer review, so I haven't seen the whole movie. So for a trailer, for a horror movie, this looked so good. And I don't know if it's because it came across more suspense and thriller, but you can see the horror side of it. But it had my attention. I'm locked in. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand, but it looks like I'm going to be creeped out by it. It looked like it's going to be a good movie. So I'm excited to actually see what direction this goes. Is it a really good movie that's considered actually inside the horror genre or inside of the thriller genre? Because if it's in the horror genre, I think that it's going to be the first horror film that comes across as being actually good compared to some of the other ones that aren't really as good. So speaking of horror movies that aren't really as good, let's talk about new releases. So, I'm happy to do this review. The movie I'm talking about is Brahms, the Boy 2, Brahms. Okay? Oh, this is the first time that I'm doing a new release on Filmatic where I say this was quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Now, it was able to catch my attention. I was able to kind of focus on it and to see what's going on, but it was taking too long to drag on. The story was terrible. So between trying to get from point A to point Z, they took too long to do that, and so there was a lot of dry points. And the story in general, once you get to Z, it's kind of like, I don't really understand. Because if you've seen the first one, and I don't even care if I spoil it, the first one's really like, the doll isn't real, and there's another person that lives in the house that's doing all this crazy stuff, or whatever, and it makes it look like Brahms, this doll, is doing crap. And this one was like, okay, is it possessed? Is it like Annabelle? I don't really understand it. It didn't make sense. It didn't connect to the first one. The ending in general was terrible because, you have this boy who, he kept wearing this porcelain mask or whatever that looked exactly like the Brahms. And so you see like he's cured because of whatever happened to Brahms, and now he's wearing the mask again, and boom, fade to black. It just, and I don't even care if I'm spoiling that. If some people are like, well, that just tells me, I don't even care. I'll tell you the whole movie. I don't care about spoiling because it's terrible and I do not recommend seeing it. I could give this an E or an F, and I feel like that would have to be really bad. And this is bad. This is a really bad movie. Everything, cinematography, music, casting, everything was bad about this. But I was able to watch it and just be entertained to see what's going to happen next. So instead of getting a full E, I'm going to give it a D-. A D- is bad. But if you want to waste your time, if you're like one of those young little 14 to 17, 18-year-olds who are like, oh, I got to go see Insidious 74, then you'll probably like this movie. I highly doubt it. I think even they'll be like, this is stupid. It's not a good movie. I don't recommend it. And I hate to put down a movie because a lot of people come to check me out and look at the reviews and the movies that I talk about. And maybe the network that did Brahms, that could pick up Filmatic and be like, you know what, we're going to fund you. And I'm the one that shitted on the movie. I don't even care. I'll lose that support and that kind of backing just to say that this movie really was not good. Terrible. I think I've said the point. It's terrible. So let's talk about movies that you must see. Movie that I talk about to so many people when I talk about film. I say, you know what, I watch all kinds of movies, and this movie right here is one of them. This movie is called Run, Lola, Run. Independent movie. I really don't want to do too many independent movies on Filmatic, but I'm going to knock out a few. And Run, Lola, Run, in all honesty, was one that I misjudged, and then when I saw it, I was like, this movie crazy. This movie's good. as you can see, when I start this movie, it's 1 hour and 22 minutes. So about 10, 15 minutes into this movie, you know, they're setting up some type of story. And I'm just like, this looks dumb, it's kind of stupid. And then she has to go complete a task to save her boyfriend. And so maybe by minute 16, 17, I'd say maybe inside the movie, she starts running on this mission to try and save her boyfriend or whatever he was. And then about 5 more minutes into the movie, after that, she's still running. And then another 10 minutes, she's still running. And then another 20 minutes, she's still running. 45 minutes in, this chick is still running in the whole movie. It's an hour in. I'm now an hour in. The movie's almost over. This chick's still running. I'm like, is this whole movie about her running? Which I should have guessed. It's called Run, Lola, Run. So I misjudged it because in the beginning of the movie, I was like, this is stupid. That's all she's doing is running this entire movie. The entire movie. But by the time I got to the end, when I finished it, when I saw the direction that they were going, when I saw everything with this movie, this honestly is one of the best independent movies I've seen. It's so good. I was like, this is actually really good. This is a great concept. Now, I usually watch some of these movies so I have a little bit more to talk about with it. I haven't seen this movie in over a decade and a half, okay? So, I know its basis, where she's going and running around to try and save her boyfriend that's going to be killed or die for whatever reason. That's about the extent of what I remember. I'm not going to rewatch this, even if it's good, just because it's a very simplistic storyline. I don't remember the cinematography being something that was eye-popping, or the music. It really was this story that captivated me. It was different. And maybe it's from back then when I was younger, when I saw this, where I was like, this is a unique concept. Because looking at nowadays, Hollywood is revamping all these different things. You know, you got Saw 29, and soon we'll have Brahms, the Boy 52, and, you know, Fast and Furious 19. Like, they just keep redoing movies and sequels and whatever the case may be. And this was a story that was different and unique and something I've never seen before. And so for that, I appreciated this. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Just seeing her run and the missions and things she had to do to keep her boyfriend alive was so different. Loved it. So, in all honesty, I'm not going to give that an A+. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a while, but I think that it's definitely worth an A-. I say check it out. I don't know where you can find it. Me, I bought this. I had to like search online, maybe eBay, in order to find it. But I don't think you'll find this on like a Netflix or Hulu or anything like that. You can check out the YouTube trailer and maybe buy it on eBay or somewhere else. I don't really know where. It might be hard to find. But I do recommend, if you want a unique movie, if you want to see something different, something that really pops out to you, I do recommend Run, Lola, Run. It's one of my favorite independent movies that I do tell people about that I watch. I may not suggest it all the time because I don't know if they'll find the same love and interest inside of this kind of film that I do. I did, but I have talked to, I'd say 1 or 2 people in my entire lifetime where I talked about Run, Lola, Run, and they've seen it, and they were like, yeah, that was good. So I already know not many people have seen it, but for the very few that I have talked to that have, agree with me that this was a good movie for a 1 hour and almost a half movie of this bitch running. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I have to go through. These are the 3 movies. We got Run, Lola, Run, we got Brahms, the Boy. I want to stress to you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, email, hit me up with comments, whatever you want. Tell me what movies you want me to review, watch, check out, and I'm going to get right on it. I'm the Film Doctor. So thank you for joining me, and this has been an exciting episode of Film Addict.